Imagine being surrounded by people who seem trustworthy only to discover they're the very reason for your unease. What if I revealed to you the 9 types of people who, despite appearances, don't deserve your trust and respect? This revelation might just be the key to transforming your relationships. As a wise man once said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and just 5 minutes to ruin it. Trust is the cornerstone of all relationships, binding us to our friends, family, and acquaintances. But what happens when this trust is misplaced in today's journey? Through the principles of Stoicism, we will uncover 9 types of individuals who might not be worthy of your trust and respect. This isn't about judgment, it's about being discerning in who you allow into your inner circle. Let's navigate these tricky waters together and learn how to protect not just our trust but our peace of mind. 1. The manipulative individual, music individual. First in our exploration is the manipulative individual. These are the masterminds of deception, artfully crafting their web of lies and emotional manipulation. They wear masks of charm and concern, but beneath lies a calculating mind that uses others for personal gain. Their skill lies in subtlety. Their manipulation is not always overt, making it a dangerous game of shadows. How do you spot them? Look for inconsistencies in their stories and actions. They might promise the world but deliver nothing. Their words often don't match their deeds. Pay attention to how they talk about others. Manipulators often badmouth those not present, a hint of how they might speak of you in your absence. Their tactics can include guilt-tripping, gaslighting, and playing the victim to gain sympathy and control. They are adept at twisting facts and situations to their advantage, often leaving you doubting your perceptions. Remember, trust is a treasure, and with manipulators, it's a treasure constantly at risk. Their impact goes beyond mere disappointment. Prolonged exposure to such individuals can lead to emotional and psychological distress. It's crucial to trust your instincts. If you consistently feel drained, undervalued, or confused after interactions with someone, it may be a sign of their manipulative behavior. The key to dealing with manipulators is setting firm boundaries. Be clear about what is acceptable and what isn't in your interactions. Don't be afraid to say no or to question inconsistencies. It's also important to maintain emotional distance while you can be cordial. Avoid sharing personal information or relying on them for emotional support. In some cases, the best action might be to cut ties completely, especially if the manipulation is causing significant harm to your well-being. It's not easy, especially if the manipulator is a close friend or family member, but protecting your mental health is paramount. In the realm of Stoicism, we are reminded of the importance of discernment and emotional resilience. Stoics believe in facing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Recognizing and accepting that someone is manipulative allows us to make informed decisions about our relationship with them. As we move on from manipulators, we open ourselves to more genuine and healthy relationships, where trust is given and received with integrity. Stay tuned as we uncover the second type of individual in our next segment, where wisdom and awareness continue to guide us through the complexities of human relationships. The Perpetual Critic. 2. The Perpetual Critic. Now let's turn our attention to the second type of individual. You might want to be cautious about the Perpetual Critic. These are the people who seem to have made a habit of finding fault in everything and everyone around them. Their words are often sharp, and their criticism is relentless. Whether it's your choices, your dreams, or even trivial matters, nothing escapes their critical eye. But what's truly concerning about perpetual critics is not just their negativity but the underlying reasons for it. Often their criticism is less about the people they target and more about their insecurities. They might be projecting their fears, disappointments, or self-doubt onto others. So how do you deal with such individuals first? It's crucial to distinguish between constructive criticism, which is intended to help, and destructive criticism, which only aims to belittle. Listen to what they say, but more importantly, observe why they say it. If you find their criticism is often baseless and driven by negativity, it's aiming to maintain your distance. Engaging with perpetual critics can be draining. It's like trying to fill a cup with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much positivity you pour in, it never seems to be enough. Remember, in Stoicism, we learn the importance of focusing on what we can control. And while you can't control what others say, you can control how you react to it. Setting boundaries is vital, politely but firmly. Make it clear that while you are open to constructive feedback, unwarranted negativity is not welcome if the behavior persists. Consider limiting your interactions with them. Your peace of mind and self-esteem are far too valuable to be eroded by constant criticism. In essence, the Perpetual Critic teaches us a valuable lesson in self-respect and resilience by choosing not to internalize their negativity. You protect your inner peace as we move forward in our exploration. Let's carry with us the wisdom to discern what criticism to take to heart and what to let pass by us like the wind-up next. We'll delve into the third type of individual, continuing our journey towards understanding and Stoic. The fair weather friend, wisdom. 3. The fair weather friend. As we continue our exploration, we encounter the third type, the fair weather friend. These are individuals who are all sunshine and smiles when things are going well, but the moment a storm hits your life, they're nowhere to be found. Their friendship is like a leaf in the wind, present in your brightest days, but absent during your darkest hours. The fair weather friend is often charming and sociable, making you feel like you're truly connected. However, their loyalty is as fleeting as their presence. They are there for the good times, the celebrations, and the moments of joy. But when you need support, understanding, or someone to just listen, they vanish. Identifying a fair weather friend can be tricky, especially when times are good. However, pay attention to how they respond. When you talk about your challenges or seek their support, do they change the subject, make excuses, or simply disappear until the skies are clear again? This behavior is a clear indicator of their fair weather nature. Dealing with such individuals requires a balance of open-heartedness and caution. It's okay to enjoy their company, but be wary of relying on them for emotional support or sharing your deepest vulnerabilities. In the philosophy of Stoicism, we are taught to value inner resilience and the strength that comes from within. Relying too much on fair weather friends can leave you unprepared for life's inevitable storms. So cherish the good times with them, but also build a support system with people who are there for you unconditionally. These are the friends who will stand by your side through thick and thin, the ones who truly deserve your trust and respect. As we move on from the fair weather friend, we prepare to uncover the fourth type of individual in our journey. Each person we meet along this path teaches us something valuable about ourselves and the world around us. Stay with us as we continue to navigate these insightful. The gossip monger. Revelations 4. The gossip monger. Next, we turn our focus to the fourth type of individual, to be wary of the gossip monger. This person thrives on rumors and hearsay, often spring stories that are not theirs to tell. Their conversations are a labyrinth of he said, she said, filled with details about others' lives that are neither confirmed nor relevant to them. Gossip mongers often present themselves as well-informed or in the loop, but the truth is their habit of gossiping is a sign of deeper issues. It may stem from a need for attention, a desire to feel superior, or an attempt to redirect attention away from their own lives. The danger of engaging with a gossip monger is twofold. Firstly, it involves you in a web of unverified and potentially harmful stories. Secondly, and perhaps more importantly, it sets a precedent for how your own stories might be treated. Remember the adage, if they gossip to you, they will gossip about you. How do you handle a gossip monger? The key is not to fuel their fire. Be cautious about what you share with them and avoid participating in conversations that revolve around gossip. When faced with gossip, a Stoic approach is to either redirect the conversation to more constructive topics or to politely excuse yourself. In Stoicism, we are encouraged to focus on our actions and virtues rather than engaging in idle will talk about others. This practice not only maintains our integrity but also protects our mental peace as we leave the gossip monger behind and move forward. Let us carry with us the wisdom to engage in conversations that uplift and contribute positively to our lives and those of others. Up next, we will explore another intriguing personality type on our journey of discernment and understanding. The Narcissist, Part 5. The Narcissist, Part 5 of our journey introduces us to the narcissist. This individual lives in a world that revolves solely around them. They are often charming and charismatic, drawing you into their orbit with ease. However, this charm is a facade for their deep-seated self-absorption and lack of empathy for others. The narcissist sees relationships as a means to an end, a way to boost their ego and satisfy their needs. They rarely consider the feelings or well-being of others, and their interactions are often one-sided. When engaging with a narcissist, you might find yourself constantly offering support and admiration, receiving little to nothing in return. Identifying a narcissist can be challenging, as they are adept at creating a favorable image, yet cracks appear when they are asked to show empathy or engage in a give-and-take relationship. Their lack of genuine interest in others' lives and their propensity to steer every conversation back to themselves are telltale signs. Dealing with narcissists requires a strong sense of self and firm boundaries. It's essential to recognize that their behavior is a reflection of their character, not their worth. Engaging with them with an expectation of mutual respect and understanding will often lead to disappointment. In Stoic philosophy, we learn the importance of focusing on our virtues and not allowing external behaviors to disturb our inner peace. This wisdom is particularly relevant when interacting with narcissists. By maintaining emotional distance and not taking their actions personally, we protect our mental and emotional well-being as we move beyond the realm of the narcissist. We continue to build our resilience and understanding of human nature. Join us in the next segment, where we will delve into another personality type that might be subtly impacting your life. 6. The Flatterer. The flatterer. This individual is skilled in the art of giving compliments and making others feel special. But their flattery often has an ulterior motive. The flatterer uses praise as a tool to ingratiate themselves, gain favor, or manipulate situations to their advantage. At first, it might feel good to be on the receiving end of such admiration. However, it's important to discern whether the compliments are genuine or a means to an end. Flatterers tend to lay it on thick, and their praise, while seemingly pleasant, can often feel insincere or exaggerated. The danger of engaging with a flatterer lies in the potential to be swayed by their charm. Their compliments might lead you to overlook their flaws or to make concessions you wouldn't normally consider. It's essential to stay grounded and not let flattery cloud your judgment. To handle interactions with a flatterer, effectively take their words with a grain of salt. Appreciate the compliments, but maintain a healthy skepticism. Pay attention to their actions, as these often speak louder than their flattering words. If you notice a pattern of insincere compliments being used to manipulate or gain favors, it's aimed to reassess the relationship. In the context of Stoicism, we are reminded to value honesty and sincerity over superficial praise. The Stoics teach us to be wary of external validation and to find self-worth from within. By not relying on the validation of others, especially the flattery, we maintain our independence and self-respect. As we conclude our discussion on the flatterer, we prepare to explore the 7th type of individual in our next segment. Each character we uncover on this journey offers valuable lessons on the complexities of human behavior and the importance of discerning trust and mutual respect. The victim. 7. The victim. This individual perpetually sees themselves as besieged by misfortune, always at the mercy of external circumstances. They portray themselves as the perennial underdog, unjustly wronged by life, people, and situations. While empathy for those in difficult circumstances is important, the victim adopts this role as a core part of their identity, often using it to garner sympathy or evade personal responsibility. The challenge with the victim lies in their refusal to acknowledge any role in their own predicaments. They often shirk accountability, attributing all their problems to external factors. Engaging with them can be emotionally draining, as their narrative is dominated by complaints and grievances, leaving little room for positive or constructive dialogue. Identifying a habitual victim involves recognizing their pattern of blaming others and externalizing their issues. They rarely take steps to change their situation, preferring to wallow in their perceived helplessness when dealing with the victim. It's crucial to maintain a balance between compassion and self-preservation. Offering support and advice is commendable, but beware of being dragged into their cycle of negativity. Encourage them to take responsibility for their actions and to seek solutions rather than simply lamenting their fate. In Stoic philosophy, We are taught the importance of focusing on what is within our control, our actions, responses, and judgments. This principle is particularly relevant when interacting with the victim. We can offer guidance and support, but ultimately it is up to them to take control of their lives as we move forward from the victim. We do so with the understanding that, while compassion is a virtue, it must be tempered with wisdom. Recognizing when to help and when to step back is crucial in maintaining our emotional health. 8. The envious. In Part 8 we encounter the envious. This type of individual harbors a silent resentment towards others' successes and achievements. They may appear supportive on the surface, but underneath they are often struggling with feelings of jealousy and inadequacy. Envy is a subtle emotion. It does not always manifest openly, making it one of the more insidious traits to identify the envious person. Might give you backhanded compliments or downplay your accomplishments. Their envy can also manifest in passive-aggressive behavior, or in finding ways to undermine your achievements. They may mimic or attempt to outdo your successes, not out of inspiration, but out of a desire to compete and prove their superiority. Recognizing envy can be challenging, as it often hides behind a facade of friendliness or admiration. Pay attention to how they react to your successes or good news. Do their congratulations feel sincere, or do they always seem to add a negative twist? Do they often compare their achievements to yours? Dealing with envious individuals requires tact and a solid sense of self-worth. Don't let their envy diminish your achievements or dampen your spirit. Celebrate your successes, but be mindful of whom you share them with. While it's natural to want to share good news with an envious person, it might be best to be more reserved. In Stoic philosophy, we are encouraged to focus on our path and not be swayed by others' negative emotions. Envy is a reflection of the other person's inner turmoil, not a true evaluation of your worth. By understanding this, you can interact with the envious without internalizing their negativity. As we conclude our discussion on the envious, we prepare to unveil the 9th and final type in our exploration. Each personality type we have explored offers insights into human behavior and the importance of choosing our associations wisely. The Judgemental 9. The Judgemental. We arrived now at Part 9, the conclusion of our exploration with the Judgemental. This individual is characterized by their tendency to make quick and harsh judgments about others. They often hold rigid views of the world and are intolerant of opinions and lifestyles that differ from their own. The judgmental person is quick to label, criticize, and dismiss others without seeking to understand their perspectives. Dealing with the judgmental can be challenging because their harsh critiques often lack empathy and understanding. They may have a moral or intellectual superiority, complex, believing their way of thinking is the only correct one. Their judgments are not just opinions, they are pronouncements that can impact relationships and social dynamics. To identify the judgmental, look for signs of inflexibility in their attitudes and a lack of openness to different viewpoints. They are often unwilling to engage in meaningful dialogue, preferring instead to impose their views on others when interacting with the judgment. It's important to maintain your values and not be swayed by their narrow-mindedness. Stay true to your beliefs and avoid getting drawn into fruitless debates. The key is to acknowledge their opinions without internalizing them. You can agree to disagree, maintaining a respectful distance. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught the importance of developing our character and judgments based on reason, empathy, and understanding. We are encouraged to be open-minded and to recognize the value in diverse perspectives. This approach helps us to interact with the judgmental without being affected by their narrow views. As we conclude our series on the 9 types of people who may not deserve your trust and respect, it's important to remember that this is not about casting judgment ourselves. Rather, it's about being aware and making informed decisions about the people we allow into our lives. Each of these personality types teaches us something valuable about human nature and the importance of surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive, and open-minded individuals. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through the complex terrain of human relationships. As we navigate our interactions with others, let's carry with us the wisdom and discernment we've gained. Remember, the quality of our relationships greatly influences our happiness and well-being. Choosing wisely who we trust and respect is not just about protecting ourselves, it's about cultivating a life filled with genuine connections and positive experiences. In the spirit of Stoicism, let's embrace the power of emotional resilience, the value of true understanding, and the strength that comes from knowing ourselves and others deeply as we move forward. Let's apply these insights to build richer, more meaningful relationships that elevate both our lives and those of the people around us. Again, thank you for being a part of this series. If you found these insights valuable, please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your reflections enrich our call of understanding and contribute to a community of wisdom and growth. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more content that delves into the profound aspects of philosophy, psychology, and personal development. Stay thoughtful, stay curious, and above all, stay true to the path of self-improvement and understanding.